for a while. What is your response when people ask you, why are you single? Like when you go on a first date and the guy says, why are you single? Do you go with something sassy? Do you go with something genuine, like I haven't met my person yet? How do you respond? Because I get this question all the time and I've given a multitude of different answers over time. My current response is something along the lines of, I'm not willing to settle just to be married and I haven't met my person, someone who brings all the same things to the table that I do. And I'm not sure if I believe in marriage, but I do believe in commitment. However, it's not fair to me or someone else to make a commitment to them as a relationship, as a marriage, what have you, in your 30s if you know it's not going to last. At this point, I haven't met anybody and dated anybody that I knew met me in all the same places and brought all the same things to the table as me that I also felt chemistry with and that I knew it would last with. If I just wanted to be married, I would have been married. But anyways, I want to know what you guys say when people ask you, why are you single? Because I get the question almost daily at this point, and I want to think through the best way to approach it.
Well, if you don't settle down, you're gonna be old and childless, and you're gonna be an old cat lady. Listen, brother, I just got back from an 18-kilometer run. I am 1 month out from my ultra marathon. Freshly shaven legs, moisturized. I am now wearing a dress. I'm going to take myself out for dinner and I'm gonna get a juicy steak. And the house is clean. Everything is clean. And when I get back from my dinner, I am going to do a full skincare routine. And then I'm gonna crawl into bed with my freshly shaven legs, and it's gonna feel so nice against my sheets. I'm gonna light a candle, I'm gonna hang out with my pet rabbit, and then I'm gonna go to bed early. And I'm gonna get 8 to 10 hours of sleep, and it's going to be the best. My skin is the clearest it's ever been. My cortisol levels are balanced. I have a jawline. Can't say I had that when I was in a relationship constantly stressed out. And life is good. Life is really good. Fresh manicure. I love it here. I love it here. So I just might take the cat.
Because men aren't single by choice.
If you saw this video on your For You page, you already knew I was coming. This is the reason why it will never bother me when men are in my comments saying women are lying. They don't want to be alone. They're gonna die miserable and lonely and just lead terrible lives without a man in it. Guys, this is gonna be a really big word for you, okay? But are you ready, men? It's called projection. Now it's a big one, so I'll put the spelling down in the caption, but y'all can Google it and then just sit with it. Sit.
Attractive and has her stuff together, and the first thing they want to say is, you crazy or something? Or something got to be wrong with you, the reason you single. She's single because she's intelligent. She's done the work. She's invested in herself. She's created a life where she's happy and whole and secure. She knows her worth. She's confident in the value she brings. So she's not going to just hop in a relationship for the sake of having somebody. She has boundaries and standards. So when somebody comes along that's able and willing to meet those standards, then and only then will she feel safe and comfortable enough to settle into a relationship.
Completely single by choice and also no children by choice. Love my life, have incredible friends, and travel is the secret to my happiness. I do not wait around for some man to show up to travel with me or to explore places with me. I do it on my own and have so much fun and usually take friends with me, meet friends wherever I go. It's the secret to my personal happiness. So if you're out there whining and complaining that you can't find a guy and your life is not worth living, then you better knock it off and rethink the way you're living your life, because you got one shot, babies. So have fun and enjoy it while you can, single or not.
And that is, how do you find comfort in a single life? And what I think he and most men don't understand is that for many women, the single life is the default. It's our baseline for comfort. It's our baseline for happiness. We are happiest when we are single. The reason for that is that we don't get as much out of relationships as men do. So that's why it's hard for you to understand, but we understand it perfectly. You benefit more from relationships than women do. Ask any woman if she'd rather have a wife or a husband, and she'll tell you she'd rather have a wife. And women are beginning to realize in droves that they are more comfortable in single life. They look at all that is required of a woman when she couples up with a man, and that includes cooking for him, cleaning for him, maintaining his home, raising his children, doing all the emotional labor, doing the unpaid labor of the house. It goes on and on and on. And she can see that she can do all of that stuff for herself, or she can do it for a man and his children. Which would you pick? At this point, the only reason we are coupling up with men is if they enrich our lives, if they make our lives better, if they are willing to do 50% or more of the labor, of the household, of the children, of making the money. We're tired. We're tired of doing the majority of the work. And so the single life, we're already comfortable there. We don't have to find comfort.
Since being single is your new personality now, what are you gonna do when you find a boyfriend in a few months? And I was like, I won't find a boyfriend in a few months. I am single by choice. Which reminded me of the quote that it says, guys can't believe that there are girls who are single by choice because they're never single by choice.